everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today I'm doing a fragrance haul. I think this is my first time ever doing a haul for fragrances, so I'm really excited. So if you guys want to see what perfumes I got, then definitely keep on watching. Okay, so if you want to know all the fragrances that I own currently, I do have a fragrance collection video which I go into in depth about all the fragrances that I like, especially what kind of scents I like, so I will link that down below for you guys to go check out. But I did receive some fragrances in PR as well as a gift, so I'm really excited to show you guys which one I got and my thoughts on them. Okay, so the first fragrance I have is actually by the brand Byredo. I spoke about their fragrances in my fragrance collection, and I really do like this brand. It is more of like a niche brand, I would say, so definitely a little bit more expensive than your traditional designer fragrance. And the fragrance that I have here is called emanialee. This is a newly released fragrance, I believe. My friend actually gave this to me as a gift, and I was really excited to smell this. I had looked up the notes online and they described it as very vanilla, just very warm. And I was really excited to try it, but when I tried it, it did not give what they were describing online at all. I was actually very shocked. So I'm gonna read to you guys the notes first. So the top notes on this are bergamot and lemon, the middle notes are violet and mimosa, and the base notes are suede, amber, and tobacco leaf. So this is what the perfume looks like. I really like the Byredo fragrances. I feel like they look very sleek and very modern, and the top is also magnetic, so it just clicks on, so you don't have to worry about clicking the top back on. This is the 1.7 fluid ounce, and these I think start at $205 for the 1.7 fluid ounce, and the 3.4 I think is $275, which is pretty standard for a niche fragrance, I'm not gonna lie. But yeah, so when I first sprayed this, immediately I got that leather note. That leather, and what's the other one? Leather and suede. Like, it is very, very sharp. If you don't, and I would say that first note leans a little bit more masculine. So if you don't like, what's the word I'm looking for? Unisex fragrances, I feel like you're not gonna like this because it is very, very sharp leather suede. And I personally, I like it. It's very interesting because this fragrance kind of reminds me of my childhood. It kind of gives me like Christmas holiday time, like, you know, the trees, like, I don't know what the trees call for Christmas trees, but that like sharp pine note, it's like a very sharp, crisp note. And then you get that top note of lemon and bergamot, just very crisp, like citrusy, but with a heavy scent of leather. The best way I could describe it is my grandfather rides motorcycles, so he would have like, when you ride motorcycles, you're supposed to wear like a very protective, like, you know, outfit. So he would wear a leather jacket and like leather pants, and that's what the smell reminds me of. And I like it, honestly. When I spray it, it has that very, very heavy suede leather note, but when it dries down, I get that amber and it starts to smell more vanilla. So once it's completely dried down, it's a very faint scent of that suede and definitely leans more vanilla. But if you are someone who does not like very sharp notes, I don't think you're gonna like this. I definitely think if I were to smell this, like say a year or two ago, I don't think I would have liked it because my nose wasn't mature back then. But now I'm very more open to different scents, and I can say that I really do like this. I feel like this would layer really nice with a like sweet vanilla, because I feel like it would kind of balance out that leathery note. But I do think this is a really good unisex fragrance. Like, I definitely could see a man or woman wearing this, but it smells really good. It's like a very strong, sophisticated scent. I would not recommend wearing this in like a office environment because I feel like it would be a little too overpowering. I don't think everyone will be a huge fan of this. So maybe when like you're running errands or like if you want to make a bold statement for date night. I personally don't care. I kind of wear this wherever. I don't know if I would wear this in a crowded room, just like for example, like by the fireplace with Mesa Margiela, the replica ones. I wouldn't wear that in a very crowded room because it's a very distinct smell, but I really do like this. Okay, so the next fragrance I have, I actually received in PR. They were really sweet. This is from Viktor and Ralph, and this is their Good Fortune fragrance. So I actually went to go smell this when it first came out. I was very curious because I heard that it had lavender, and I'm a big fan of lavender, and I don't have any fragrances that smell like very heavy in lavender, if that makes sense. So the notes on this are fennel and gentiana. The middle notes are jasmine, and the base notes is Madagascar vanilla. So there's actually no lavender in here. I thought there was when I first, I thought that the online reviews said that there was lavender, but there's no lavender. Okay, so I did receive this in PR. So this is what the bottle looks like. This is the 1.7 fluid ounce. I'm not gonna lie, I think that the bottle is a little tacky, because I compare it to like the other bottles from Viktor and Ralph. Like, okay, I'm not gonna lie, the men's fragrances for Viktor and Ralph, the bottles are a little tacky. They're a little gaudy, but I really like the other, like the Flower Bomb, like those bottles are beautiful. But this one, I think it's supposed to be like a crystal ball, and like the top part is supposed to be like a gemstone. I'm not a fan of the packaging, and I'm also just I'm not really a fan of how the fragrance smells. I think it's because it smells more like, it smells like something that I've smelled before, basically. It's just like it's kind of almost like syrupy, like, you know, like coffee syrups, like that like sugary, like sweet smell. It's kind of like that syrupy. I get a little bit of the floral. Is there florals in here? Yeah, I definitely get the jasmine, the white floral, and there's some vanilla. I did spray this on. Like, it's a nice fragrance, but it's nothing like really special or nothing that really stands out. So yeah, I was a little disappointed because I was actually really excited to smell this, but it's just not something that is really like really stands out to me, if that makes sense. Like, I sprayed it on, and then I didn't really like, I wasn't like really smelling it throughout the day, and I wasn't like, oh my god, this smells so good. So yeah, not really a huge fan of this one by Viktor and Ralph. I know that they do have a intense version, so maybe that one might smell better. I think it's supposed to be more on the vanilla side, so I kind of want to go smell that, but this one was a miss for me, so I'm not gonna lie. Okay, so I have another fragrance from Viktor and Ralph. This is their regular Flower Bomb version, their, I think, just traditional fragrance. And I remember when this fragrance like started to become popular because of that like Wale song, and I was dying to smell it. I went to go smell it, and I bought it. But I think when I first smelled it, I couldn't afford it, and then I ended up buying it like a few years later when I finally could afford it, and I loved it. And then I had to stop wearing it because it gave me a massive headache, and now years later I can tolerate it. It's very weird. Like, when I would wear it before, I would get a huge headache. So like the other fragrance, I did receive this in PR as well. So the top notes are tea, bergamot, and osmanthus. The middle notes are orchid, jasmine, rose freesia, and African orange flower. And the base notes are patchouli, musk, and vanilla, which is very interesting because when I smell this, I get a peppery note when I first spray this, like a pink pepper, but there's no pepper in this. That's interesting. It's like I don't want to even describe it as, okay, the only way I could describe it is like a spicy, like, you know how when like you smell pepper and your nose starts to tingle? It's kind of like that, like a tingling sensation, but it's got that vanilla and that white floral. I really like it. I feel like it all balances well together. I feel like this is a fragrance that would smell good on anyone. I feel like anyone would like this, to be honest. And I really like it. I have been wearing this pretty often. I like to put this on before I go to bed, and I also like to wear this when I'm running errands, and I find that it really lasts on me as well as my clothing. And I feel like this is a really good layering fragrance as well. I feel like you could layer a lot of things. I feel like this and the emanialee would smell good too. Let me try. Yeah, I feel like this would just make it smell sweeter, but yeah, really good fragrance. I feel like this should kind of be in everyone's collection just because it's like such a classic, but I really like this. Okay, and the last fragrance I have, of course, is Prada's Paradox Intense. The amount I talk about this, you would think I'm being paid, but I swear I'm not. I just really like this. Okay, so the top notes on this are pear, neroli, and bergamot. The middle notes are moss, neroli, essence, and jasmine. And the base notes are bourbon vanilla, ambrophix, amber, and serenolide. I think when I did my fragrance collection, there were different notes for each site. But yeah, this, I would best describe this as I get a lot of that pear and bergamot, so it's very juicy, it's very fruity, which I really like, and you get a little bit of white floral and some vanilla. I definitely think it's more of like a juicy fragrance. I would like put this as a signature scent because it just smells really, really good, and it really lasts on me. I really don't have an issue with too many fragrances not lasting on me, but this one really lasts, especially on clothes. Like, I have t-shirts that I just run errands in, and then I'll put them on again, and I'm like, oh my god, it smells like I just sprayed on this fragrance. So it really lasts, and it just smells so good. I do think that this leans more towards, I would say, like springtime, like very just summery, but I definitely think you could also wear it all year round. It just smells really good. It makes me feel like happy when I smell it. I don't know. It just smells so good. But that is all of the new fragrances that I got. Please let me know if you guys like these type of videos. Like I said before, I want to try to get more into fragrance videos because I really have been loving fragrances. And I love sharing with you guys what I like. I also like hearing what you guys like as well, because I'm always interested to see what someone's signature fragrance is, because it really gives me an idea of what they like. I feel like my signature fragrance is definitely Baccarat Rouge 540, like without a doubt. Just everything about it just smells so good. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoy this video, and I'll talk to you guys next time. Bye!